You know, cooking as much as I do, folks, believe it or not, we have some leftovers in the Fieri family house and up here at the ranch. So here's one of my favorites. Now, this started out a long time ago as being a leftover for stuffing during Thanksgiving. But one time I had all this succotash left over, and I decided, you know what? I need to make a fantastic pea patty. A pea patty? Listen, this tastes way better than it sounds. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do, take my succotash, drop it in here, got a masher, and I'm just gonna break it down a little bit so I can get a little, just some of the peas broken down so they'll adhere to each other a little bit more. Edamame is one of my favorite. Whatever you might have. You could even do this with Brussels sprouts. You could do this with whatever vegetable. Just cut it up and make it into a workable form. A little more. Give it another mash. Dynamite. Okay, there's my peas. Let's start off with a couple eggs. And you'll make this a couple times and see what it does for you. You might want to go more than 2. I'm recommending 2. Get a touch of some salt. Cracked black pepper. Super critical right here, folks. Cracked black pepper. You probably all love coffee, right? And you don't go and buy the coffee that's pre-ground very much anymore. And you like when they're grinding it right there at the coffee house, getting all the real bright, fresh flavor of it. That's exactly what's happening. Get a fork in here, whisk this up. So I'm gonna incorporate this here with a little baking powder. This will help it grow a little bit so it's not so heavy and dense. We're gonna add in some breadcrumbs. A little flour. And see, mixing all this together gives me a chance to make sure that this mixture is gonna be nice and incorporated, especially with the baking powder and some Parmesan cheese. So kind of like a panade for a meatball, okay? Look at that. That looks like a good binder. Take this, mix it in here with the peas. And we're gonna kind of just look at this to see how it comes together. One second. It does get a little bit dicey right here, no pun intended, whether or not we've broken these peas down enough, because these are a little bit firm, but I think that we should be good. But if not, you could take this right now and go into a food processor and give it a little pulse and help break down those edamame. They're a little bit firm, okay? So we're gonna take this. I wanna kind of see how it holds together. There you go. Really looks nice, doesn't it, with it all over my hands? Now the key here is to make sure that we don't have too much binder, because then it becomes too bready, and to make sure that we've got enough that it holds together. Pushing it down to firm it up, okay? A little bit of oil down in my pan. Okay. There we go. Nice looking patty, huh? A little bit of flour, breadcrumbs, cheese, egg, all come together. Now we put it in a nice ring mold like this. It's not gonna be exactly perfect and it might fall off a little bit. I didn't make it too thick. Let's see what happens. That's what I'm looking for, okay? Try not to mess with it right now. You start messing with it, it's not gonna build the crust. Start sliding it around, it's gonna start falling apart. Get this, knock out some more. All right, one left to go. Let that one work. Let's get into the Sriracha Ranch. Okay, Sriracha Ranch, this is gonna be super easy. Start off with a little mayo, your favorite kind. I think ranch is a tough one to compete with people because they have that ranch image in their mind from when they were a kid. Hang on a second. There we go. So this can be a little bit different with the Sriracha. We won't compete as much. Little sour cream. Little buttermilk. Of course, you gotta have the buttermilk in there, right? Sugar. Pinch of some salt. Multitasking for you. Cracked black pepper. Granulated garlic or garlic powder. A little onion powder. A cayenne. A little paprika. Okay. Now, of course, this is going to be better if we give it a chance to sit in the fridge for a bit. But we got things to do and you got places to go. Okay. There we are. Grab these fantastic patties over here. Again, coming from the succotash that I had left over. We've got the edamame, the green peas. I think I've made it with fava bean, you name it. But look at these bad boys. You take this, cut right into it. You can see all those beautiful vegetables. Give it a little dunk. Still tender. A little bit of the breadcrumb, little flour binder, bell pepper coming through. Everything that I loved about the succotash is inside of this. It's the same exact dish in a completely different format. There's zesty Sriracha Ranch. Real deal. Quick, fast, easy, and we did something with leftovers. Get any better than that? I knew you guys would love it. See you next week. I should have made more. That's the only problem.